and gentlemen, hey now, welcome to a brand new edition of Over the Line, but this is not any old edition of Over the Line. Before I get into that, though, we have John Bird.
It's good to be here. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, and Tony Gump.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So glad. Today is a big day, and most people know this already, that we have officially introduced John Bird back into the radio show.
Yes.
I don't know. I guess I should have done a little more of a build-up for that, but I think most people know by now.
Yeah. I think
John Bird, after a long 12, 13, 14 months, is finally employed again. And that was, I mean, I know you were the one that was unemployed, but that was the longest year plus of my life.
Yeah, it was tough, but, you know, I was able to zen. I'm nice and peaceful, you know.
And you did many of those months without Adderall.
Yeah, that was stupid.
That was very
really
stupid.
Well, it's called poor.
Oh, okay, yeah, he couldn't afford his Adderall. But yeah, it's been a big day for us, and we've been really excited. I was so excited I was running on 2 hours of sleep today. I got no sleep. I had to leave the radio show, go home, take a nap, and then come back and slept for like an hour and a half, and then came straight here. But to add to our wonderful day of the miraculous John Bird return, we have a guest that we've been trying to get on the show.
Pray tell, who is it?
Forever. You know who it is. It's Primetime 99. Now, before we go to Alex Stein, I noticed on the way over here that they have dropped a brand new video where he's at the Plano, Texas, I guess the city council meeting. And I don't know how these keep getting better, but they do. I want to take a sneak peek at this real quick.
Hello, Honorable Mayor of City Council. Good evening. My current situation is very, very bad. I am being bullied by the Muslim Brotherhood because I like to drink and eat special stuff that in your culture is not very respected. But in my culture, it has lots of healing properties. I want to say I love Donald Trump for appointing Kash Patel as FBI director. He has beautiful, beautiful country music sensation as his future bride, and I hope one day to have an authentic Indian marriage and go to their ceremony. But I'm not here for that.
So anyway, he goes on and on. This thing is so funny. You gotta go to his Twitter or YouTube and check that out. Funny stuff. But even though this guy's a busy man, he just wrapped up his own TV show, which will premiere tonight at 10 o'clock on
I'm going to be watching.
Real America's Voice. It's a big deal. None other than Primetime 99, Pimp on a Blimp, Alex Stein.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. Thank you, fellas. Thank you for having me. Andrew, though, I do have to critique you at one point. If you're only going to play a minute of it, I can't believe you didn't play the part of me talking about eating cow poop. Because, you know, that's what this is really all about. I actually like Indians. I have a lot of Indian friends. But if you don't know this, in Frisco, Texas, and that's Plano, which still has a high concentration of Indians, 33% of Americans Indians are in Frisco, Texas right now. That is not an exaggeration.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Yes, they're all going there. As a matter of fact, there's a middle school here in Texas. I forget which Frisco middle school it is, where they couldn't even field a football team for the 7th and 8th graders because not a lot of Indian kids are interested in playing football. And in Texas, you guys know high school football is a religion, and Frisco has great high school football. So that's how crazy it's getting. And it's like the movie Idiocracy, where all the white people are only having maybe one kid or two kids, but these Indians are having like 8 kids, and they're all moving here, and they're all like figuring out how to do these H-1B visa frauds and running these daycares. It's just, I like my Indian brothers and sisters. I keep saying that because I don't want to sound like a total racist, but it's insane how much Texas has changed in a very short time.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I mean, I don't know what, here in Birmingham, I don't know what our Indian population is, but I know where they're all at, and that's at Costco. And it bothers me because I love Costco, but it's full of Indian people. And I don't know. We've debated on the show like why it is all the Indian people.
I know
at
exactly
Costco.
why. I know exactly why, because A, the prices are very fair. They have to buy in bulk because they have so many family members. They accept EBT there, and they can go get a plasma TV. Trust me, you know why they go there for the same reason you go there. They go there for the good deals. These Indians they're like Jewish people like me. You know, they want a good deal more than anybody else, and Costco's got the best deal. Even the clothes at Costco are good. I've noticed that. I've got a few jackets at Costco. They're great quality. So and you know why? This is the real reason. Costco has one of the most lenient return policies in the world. If you saw after Christmas, there's videos, lines out the door of Indian people here in Texas returning their Christmas trees, and white people. Listen, we got to call it some white people too. I'm saying because they have such a lenient return policy, there's actually people you can buy furniture at Costco, and if you don't like it after 2 or 3 years, as long as you got the receipt and a digital receipt, they'll take your return. So that's why they go to Costco, because they have such a lenient return policy.
Yeah. I've never tried Costco's return policy, but I will agree on the clothes. Like I've got a couple jackets from Costco.
And if they go out of style, go return it. They won't ask a damn question.
Yeah, if I start gaining weight, I'll go take it back. You know everybody on this crew. I think you met everybody at BARP. You met Tony Gump, and you met John Bird. John Bird said he got a lot of love from you at BARP after hours. He stayed later than we did.
Remember that lingering kiss?
Yeah, it was very romantic. I remember the anal sex a little more, but you know, it was very romantic. I mean, John's a hell of a fella. I mean, you look at him, he's handsome, he's nice, he's strong.
I dressed up for you, my friend.
Is that why you're dressed so nice?
Yes, absolutely.
You know, last time I remember you were butt naked, but yeah, no, you look great.
Well, he almost was butt naked. Could you remember the Friday on Bubba show before BARP? He came in the wrestling outfit. Did you see that?
I saw a little bit of it, but that Friday I was filming all day. I was, the only reason I wasn't at BARP is I was filling in for Tim Pool because, he got a guy came to his house in West Virginia and shot at him. So he's moving from there to Florida. And then just happened to be that Friday, he had a dental implant. He had to go back to, his original dentist in West Virginia so they could put on the dental implant. I guess they could have mailed it to another dentist or something, but he had to go. So that's why I was busy. I'm actually sad that I missed Friday because I think Friday is actually the best night at BARP for whatever reason. Like that's the night where you eat the most weed cookies and get the most insane.
Oh, that's what happened to Tony Gump because he got one of Bob Cook's cookies, and within 45 minutes after eating that cookie, he's like, "Man, I gotta go."
Bail.
Yo, did you get that scared? That happened with me in Austin. I was actually not even trying to name drop. I was at Roseanne's rap party for her new TV show Meemaw, where she gave me a speaking part. And I'm not going to name names. I was with Tony Hinchcliffe, and I don't know him that well, but we're in the VIP of this nightclub after her rap party, and I don't think this makes Tony look bad at all, but Tony's like a king in Austin. I mean, I know that he's got one of the biggest shows, but I didn't realize how much people just worship him here or there. So we're sitting in the VIP, and next thing you know, I don't even know if he's smoking. Everybody's just handing us joints, and I haven't even smoked in a month, so I took about 10 puffs of a joint, and I got so high and scared. I have not gotten that high since BARP and since college, for that matter. I had to leave. I was in the VIP with some of the hottest comedians in America, and I couldn't even hang out with them because I was so high. So I know what you're feeling. It's not fun when you get like that.
I can't do it. And we've got one of our co-hosts. Well, he's not co-host, but he just kind of stops by sometimes. His name's David Lynham. He's a comedian. He's been on Kill Tony before.
Yeah.
He's big time.
And see, I would like to get on Kill Tony. I didn't ask Tony, but Tony was really laid back. He was just like, "Don't take any pictures of us in the club, Alex." That's all he said to me, and everything else was really cool. But I kind of understand why, because literally, like, Tony, the amount of women that were throwing themselves at Tony, I mean, I was blown away because I'm not famous by any means, but I've had some women throw themselves at me a couple times where I've been very vulnerable and I've given in. But my point is, I don't know how he didn't give in. He had a line of girls around him, like literally a harem of women wanting to meet him and take pictures with him. It was insane. It was absolutely insane.
That's pretty wild. That's actually what happens with John Bird quite often.
Yeah,
I believe it. Except for dudes. Except it's dudes.
Yeah, no, it's not dudes. I am heterosexual. I'll have you know.
I mean, you weren't that night. You weren't that night.
Well, I was drunk.
I know.
I mean,
you were very bisexual,
very
trisexual too. You don't even remember the midget that came in. And I think we had what's his name? What's the Crip guy's name? I like him so much. Not Brandon the Crip. What's his name? BDQ.
Brandon the Quad.
Yeah, Brandon the Quad. Yeah.
I don't remember any of that. I do not recall any of that, Senator.
Yeah, he was rolling his wheelchair over your testicles, and you were loving it. You were loving it. You were saying, go faster.
He did break a TV while he was in the studio.
I know, and he cried. He cried. Poor Brandon the Quad.
Who had a
Bubba was not
role
happy
in
though.
that?
Bubba acted like it wasn't a big deal. I could tell Bubba was actually pissed, and I was trolling Bubba because those TVs are expensive because you got to buy the matching ones. But at the end of the day, I mean, plasma TVs are meant to be broken. I mean, you can always get one on sale at Black Friday for like $200. So I was kind of teasing Bubba for actually being upset about it. But
Or take that particular TV back to Costco and get a new one.
Exactly right. You could do that if you need to buy all your TVs from Costco and just say, "Hey, a quadriplegic ran over it. Can I get a refund on it?" And they would say, they'd say yes.
So tell me about the new show. How long has the Real America's Voice show been going on?
We're on our 7th episode. So last week was our first week, and no, it's been good. I love the people at Real America's Voice. They've really been putting me over, sharing the clips, and they've been helping me. And they built a whole studio in Dallas. So I do the show from Dallas, and then their production studio in West Palm Beach. We have these, electronic cameras, PTZ cameras, where they can just zoom and control it all. So it's actually really nice, and it's like the Blaze. We had these big studios and all these people there. It's nice to actually do a show like in my own place. Like this is where I do, like when I stream. This isn't my normal set, but it's just really cool that these guys are doing this all from West Palm. It's really relaxed. They're really laid back. There's not a lot of pressure because we're on Dish, we're on Roku, so they're not like so much as worried about the YouTube numbers. Even though we do need to get them up, we want to be popular on YouTube. But it's kind of cool being a regular TV show. Now, I will say I can't cuss, and that's the only thing that is a drawback. But I don't need to be cussing anyway. It's like, that's always kind of cheap humor. But I do constantly catch myself. I want to say pussy, or I want to say. Can I say that on your air?
Absolutely, we don't care. We don't care.
I catch myself.
It's a little. There's pressure, like being on TV. We've done a couple of Newsmax hits from here, but it was just like bringing in a guest for 5 minutes to comment on a story or whatever.
Andrew, it's funny that you mentioned Newsmax. I'm banned from Newsmax because their CEO is best friends with Ted Cruz, and Ted Cruz does not like me because I confronted Ted Cruz about being such a pussy. And I don't like Ted Cruz. I call him Cancun Cruz. So I'm actually not allowed on Newsmax. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, well, I'm not really that big of a fan of Ted Cruz either, but I can imagine if I was from Texas, I would really not like Ted Cruz.
No, and he's about to run for president, and that's what he's saying is that he's going to have a billionaire backer and that he can actually be a threat to J.D. Vance, which I don't think that's real. But see, it's all money laundering scam. He makes more money by running and losing, so he doesn't care, and it just gets his name out there. So Ted Cruz is a Canadian that is a carpetbagger living in Texas, and he loves to just bomb children, and he loves to, make the military industrial complex. Oh, look at that. See, that's what I like to see is a little nipple on the show.
Whoa, John Bird, what happened? What are you doing?
John's
under a
going
lot
full
of
nip.
pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a high intensity show tonight, guys. So
it's all for you, baby.
Hey, with Real America's Voice, though, we got a friend that works up there. I don't know how many of the people there at this point, but Amanda Head, who has a show with John Solomon.
Yeah. I've met Amanda. I don't know her super well. I know John decently well, but I've only been to the headquarters technically twice, and I talked to Parker, Robert Sig, who owns the company. His son is basically the guy that runs it. He books the talent, directs the shows. His son is really kicks ass. I got to give his son a lot of credit because they're independently wealthy. His son doesn't have to work as hard as he does, but his son works his ass off, especially for a guy that could be a trust fund kid. He's not. He's opposite of that. He's a hard-working, really good guy.
That's the kind of people I like. Yeah, Amanda's from here in Birmingham. That's how we know her.
Yeah.
So,
and is she now? Is she in West Palm or is she in D.C.? Because isn't John Solomon in D.C.?
Yeah, I think she's in D.C. I know she's been part over the past few months. Had been part of the White House press pool in the press briefing.
Oh, that's where I've seen her. Yeah, I follow her. Yeah, I've seen her at the part of the press pool. That's exactly where I saw her. I don't know if Rav will let me get the press passes to go to the White House because they're probably too afraid that I'm going to drop the N-bomb or something. But maybe one day that I can convince them. Maybe like towards the end of the term. But at the same exact time, going there and being in those press rooms at the White House, because I know Kara Castronova that does it, and it's actually stressful. It's not that, I mean, it's prestigious, but it's like not fun because there's just a lot of weird energy in that room. I know that sounds weird, but everybody's fighting to get a question in. Everybody's kind of cutthroat because there's a guy that works for Tim Pool. His name's Alad, and he had, Tim got him credentials, and he goes all the time, but he's the one that tells me, he's like, I dread going there. I hate going there. And, he has to go there for work because it's not a fun room to be in. You would think.
Wait, his name's what? Alad?
Alad.
Is that where you got that yellow outfit?
No, he's actually Jewish. So I guess it's a Hebrew name or something. So better be careful. You're going to get canceled.
I was thinking Aladdin or what? Who is this guy?
He is. He kind of has Aladdin vibes. But I'm just saying he likes going up there. But he tells me, he calls it like he sees it. He's like, no, dude, it's stressful because you're like, especially when they do the interviews outside, you're like ducks following the mother duck. You have to just kind of walk around. It's not an easy gig. It's actually very stressful and pretty hard. There's
probably a lot of pride that you have to swallow in order to do that job, because you're kind of like almost like you're fangirling over what White House official was in the room, and that's not my style. It's not Alex Stein's style.
No, because I want to make fun of politicians. Actually, that's one of my biggest complaints. I've become friends with a few politicians. Lauren Boebert's a friend of mine. Nancy May, so I can message them. But I'm really mad that I didn't actually make fun of politicians more. And I love Donald Trump, but anybody that's in power, we should tease these guys a little bit. That's the whole point. And I've noticed, like how you guys said with the Ted Cruz clip, there's Texas is very conservative except for the big cities. People like when I go after right-wing conservatives. They like when I go after Dan Crenshaw. So people just like to see politicians cut down because they, carry this self-importance that is just so cringe. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now we're getting fully naked. I'm ready to see some.
What are you doing?
I'm just nervous, and I get naked when I'm nervous.
Okay.
I know. And it's hot in that room. So.
It is.
It's
hot up in here.
Do you have something you want to ask Alex?
Yes, actually I do. What is your first bit that you did?
On this show, I guess the first bit that I've ever did, or the first bit that kind of got me noticed, is I went to the Dallas City Council during the heartbeat bill where they outlawed abortion, and I went up there and I pretended to love abortion, and Charlie Kirk shared it, and that was one of the first clips that got me on Charlie Kirk's radar, and that kind of set the groundwork. And then I was like, oh man, this is really funny if I pretend to be a crazy libtard. And then shortly thereafter I did the Fauci ouchie that blew up. But one thing I actually want to say, you guys are in Birmingham. A lot of people talk trash about Alabama, but I would say that Orange Beach, Alabama is probably one of the best cities in America. And I'm not just saying that. I think a lot of people do not know the hidden gem that is the Floribama line and how awesome that area is. I went to every spring break in college to Floribama. So I went there with only 3 years, but it was awesome. It was the most fun I ever had in my life.
Yeah, man, that place is nice. We're gonna have to. I mean, do you find yourself running into any reasons to come to Birmingham these days? I mean, we need to get you in studio.
I know, definitely. Well, next time I'm there, I mean, I'm going to University of Tennessee to speak this semester. I'm not going to Alabama. I would like to go to Tuscaloosa, but I'm sure I'll be around there. I need to go back to Orange Beach. They used to do this. Do they still do Hangout Music Festival? I think they rebranded it something else, right? You guys remember?
Yeah, they still do that, don't they?
Yeah, but it's called something different.
Yeah, it's called something different. But man, I had so much fun at Hangout Music Festival with the Widespread Panic. I mean, I ate magic mushrooms, and I think I'm still feeling the after effects.
When is the Tennessee University of Tennessee Knoxville? That's where you're going?
Yeah, Knoxville. That's the 25th, and then I'm also going to University of Michigan. I'm going to University of Illinois. I'm going to I'm going to so many schools I don't even know.
25th of this month?
Yes, in 2 weeks, less than. And then I'll also be at Wise Guys Comedy Club in Salt Lake City, Utah on the 19th. I think that's next Thursday. So I'm on the grind, guys. I'm grinding and shining. I'm a pimp on a blimp.
Yeah, and I got a question too, because I've been following you for a long time, and we talked about the mom thing. Where do you see yourself in like 10 years from now? What's your goal? Do you want to be more of a comedian? Do you want to be like, what are you trying to do in the next 10 years or so?
That's a good question. What's funny is like, I think I would be a better stand-up comedian if I loved watching stand-up. I mean, I used to like to watch it as a kid, but that's not my favorite form of content. Like, I've become so brain rotted that I kind of like cringe content. I like Ed Bassmaster was like, I used to love it. Like, I could watch Ed Bassmaster all day long. And I like Cassidy Campbell, who I ended up making a lot of content with. So yeah, comedy and public speaking is something that I always want to do, but if I had to envision where I want to be in 10 years, I want to be alive because there's no guarantee that will happen in 10 years. The world is so crazy.
This is true.
And B, I'd like to continue to host a show where I get to interview people. I think that's always, and I mean, it sounds bad, but I think it's easy, but it's also fun
Oh, that's your bread and butter, dude.
Yeah,
that's what you're good at.
Yeah, but I'm always going to kind of go be a troll, and I'm really good at playing the heel because this is the difference between stand-up comedy and then going to a city council meeting and acting like a jackass. If people are paying money to see me, I want to win the audience over. You know, I want them to enjoy themselves. I want them to have fun. I want them to laugh. But if I know that my intention going into a room is basically make these people hate me, there's no pressure. It's so easy. It's so much easier because it's like I can just go full heel and I don't have to worry. And the more mad they get, the better it is. So it's actually a lot easier to go into a room and piss everybody off than it is to please them and entertain them. So I just hope that I'm continuing to entertain people. You know, I'm filling in right now in WBAP, a local station in Dallas. And one of the other hosts there, the guy that recommended me, he's like, man, Alex, I hope in the next 4 or 5 years you and I are co-hosting a show and we're the main show here. And I like that idea. So, you know, to be on the radio would be a good goal that I hope that I can hit. But as long as I'm paying my bills like I am now and I'm, you know, flying around the country, even though traveling can suck sometimes, you know, I'll be happy. I just hope in 10 years my dad's still around. You know, I lost my mom. So those are my goals. I want my dad to still be around. I'm going to help take care of him. I want to be making some money and I want to make people laugh. And I know that might be, you know, a little too simplistic, but if I'm doing those 3 things, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Well, and John Bird's halfway there. He makes people laugh, but he's not making money.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
another quick question. What was the sophomore freshman Alex Stein like in high school? Like, what were you like back then?
Well, I was a beast, guys. I was, you know, I played football at Highland Park High School with MVP Matthew Stafford. He was my high school quarterback. He was a year younger.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, and we played on the same Little League team with the Clayton Kershaw, who went to my high school as well. So at Highland Park, I was a stud. I'm still a high school hero, sadly. I don't think I've ever matured out of that. And I was called up to varsity as a sophomore. And my dad got me a hardship driver's license when I was 15. We went and said that he had heart issues, which he did, and that I would have to take him to the hospital randomly. So I had my car my freshman year. So at Highland Park, I was.
Oh, you're a big slinging D.
I was slanging and banging. I was driving around in a 2-door Tahoe and acting bad. You know, I wasn't really drinking much in high school because my dad would constantly smell my breath, but I was just bad in every other sense.
Yeah.
You're a naughty little boy is what you were.
I was a naughty big boy. I was 6'3", 250 pounds my freshman year. I was big.
That's crazy. So with the radio show, because I saw you post something about it, where's this radio station that you're filling in on?
It's a WBAP. It's right in Victory Park. It's actually part of Cumulus, which is, I didn't realize this. It's Dallas is Cumulus's biggest market, and they're based in Atlanta. But you know, that's kind of the thing. I don't know if it's helping me or preventing me from getting hired. You know, they like that I'm well known, but at the same exact time, because it is corporate radio, I think they are a little anxious to hire me at the moment because they know that I am so wild. So
well, you know, we work at Talk 99.5 in Birmingham, which is also Cumulus, and it's
cool with you
Cumulus.
guys?
It's
They're
the
cool?
biggest small station in the whole world, in the whole country.
Really?
Yeah, they're cool with us. They
the biggest
listen
and
to
small
whatever.
market, and they've been cool to me. The program director likes me. I filled in now. I'm filling in again on Saturday, so I filled in. It'll be my 6th time, and I don't know. I'm willing to work for basically peanuts, and I think that they think that I'm talented. So I'm kind of just like, you know, hire me. I had Bubba on there today putting me over big time. I appreciate Bubba doing that. And the program director has been in radio for like 40 years. They both started at J-Core, which I didn't even know what that was, but that was the original Clear Channel, or that was one of the radio media companies that became
Do you
Clear
know
Channel.
Bird? Do you know J-Core?
I know them well.
Wait, Bird's been in the radio business a long time. What's the deal with J-Core?
They're all the same. There is no difference. They make widgets. Let me tell you what, these companies in the 90s, it was so much fun. We had so much fun. Then the mom and pops started going away and the little clusters started going away because this company here that made widgets decided that they could buy the radio stations. And what they started doing is just taking it apart piece by piece. I got out of it. I was done with it. But let me tell you what, I got back into it in 2020 because I believed in what we were doing. And then they shit-canned me 5.5 years later.
No. See?
But I'm back as of today.
Yeah, today's his first day back. He was my
Part-time.
producer. And after Trump won the election, like a week or two after, Cumulus made corporate cuts. He fell victim to it, and then I had to fight for over a year to get him back, and today was his first day back.
Bastard
Oh, wow.
Joe Biden.
So you really are back. I mean, I thought you guys
Yeah.
were kind of trolling. No.
No.
I do want to work. I would like to work there, but at the same exact time, I if they don't hire me, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, because
Right.
luckily I do have a gig and I do get to work for Turning Point. So I have 2 gigs at the moment, but also I didn't realize they said they're really cool about me missing days to go on the road for stuff, and that I can do it remote. So they're actually really cool. Like, everything about the gig sounds good. I got to wake up a little early, but I wake up pretty early anyway. And the more I'm doing, I think the better I'll get at being on the air.
Oh
So,
yeah, dude, it'll come natural for you. I was gonna say that I should, next time I'm out, I get you to fill in for me, dude. My audience would flip if
I would love
Alex
it.
Stein was my fill-in.
I would
My
love it. I
audience
would love it.
loves you. They love you.
Yeah, and enjoying the walks, by the way, Alex. Today's was a good one.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I got to get
I
back
like
to my
those.
live streaming. That's what I started out doing, live streaming, and I had a really good audience. But really, when it comes to live streaming, whether it's doing it in your house or doing an IRL, it's all about consistency. Like, I will tell anybody that talent obviously helps, but the more consistent you are, the easier it is to build an audience. And that's why people on the radio are successful, because they're getting up every day and going on there, and you kind of build a camaraderie with your audience. So I got to get back into that. I really got to put myself out there, because let's be honest. I mean, I am busy, but I'm not too busy to, do some streams and connect with the audience. That's the best way to do it. Because even on the radio, you have the call-ins. They're kind of short. I think there's no better way to connect to your audience than doing the live stream, where you can read the chat and react to them. That's like, it's just, that's what I like to watch too. I watch a lot of the Dabbleverse and all that stuff. So, I like that content.
What would it take for me to have you call my radio show like once a week? If we just picked like, Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, and have you call in for like 20 minutes and we like bullshit about whatever.
Well, what time is your show on?
10 to 2.
Oh, I could probably do that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll call in maybe next week or something. I mean, that's the other thing is I haven't been calling into Bubba's show, and Bubba and I don't have any heat. Me and Tuttle had a little heat. But
A little bit.
Bubba's always waking my ass up early in the morning to call into his show. I'm always waking up so early. So, I like to sleep in if I can. But if I'm already up, then I'm down to call in. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind calling in. I need to expand my horizons, and no better place in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah, we're midday, man. So we don't, and I don't really like doing guests. Obviously, if it's somebody like you, it's different. But I'm in a world where people, especially in an election year, like to bring in politicians and stuff. I don't want to bring in local Alabama politicians. I'll bring in somebody like Tommy Tupperville or whatever.
Yeah, Tommy's huge. Well, I have to cut you off real quick. When do you have to take breaks? At what times do you take breaks in your hour?
But essentially, I mean, the hard breaks are at 30 and the top of the hour, and then there's a 15 and 45. But those are
no. I'm
solid,
saying
those
everybody takes
floating.
4 breaks. You know what I mean? I feel like
Well,
that's
I'm not very good at taking breaks. So like, if I were to bring you on at say 11:05. And I take it all the way till 11:30. I'll take it all the way to 11:30. I'll get my man John Bird to move the brakes around. Whatever I got.
I can
I
do
love
it.
that.
I can do
I
it.
love that. Yeah, I've already had to do that with Garrett. And I've gone long, and they're like, "You can't go long. We have commercials. This is how we make money." And they don't.
Nah, we don't care. We'll move
I
them
like
around.
that. I like
Especially
that
for
they let
somebody
you. But
big
I'm also
time.
filling in, so they're not going to give me as much latitude as a guy that has their own show.
Oh yeah, they'll tell the guest host to take a break right on the dot. Although Bird, his first day back, he gave me a couple of these today. Like I didn't know that I had to take a break.
That's radio for take a break.
Yeah. That's what my
Awesome.
producer will do. And it's awesome. It is awesome.
I
Garrett,
invented that.
Did you really? I mean,
Yeah.
come on. See, I would like to take the break, like you're, karate chopping, but whatever.
Yeah, everybody does that, or
different
they
strokes.
wave their hands, and I came up with stick, break. Everybody does it now.
See, that's genius. That is genius.
They
And you
pay
are a
me
radio
for it.
innovator. So, credit where credit is due.
Oh, you just don't know, Alex Stein. You just don't know.
I'm learning. That's all I can say is I'm learning.
Just give me your personal number and address, and I will personally deliver over some CDs from my past with all the work that I've done. You could fix me some dinner. We could just hang out. Bring some hookers.
We'll probably
It'll
just
be a
order.
blast.
We'll probably order Chinese takeout or something. I'm not going to be cooking very much. I actually was on a show called Worst Cooks in America that is
Oh, yeah.
what they do is on the Food Network. It's Bobby Flay and Ann Burrell's, and now they have different hosts. But they get bad chefs and they teach you how to cook good. And I wasn't even supposed to go home, but I was on the chopping block with this girl that was a ballerina, and her whole story was like She struggled with eating disorders, so she needs to learn how to cook so she can start like eating better. And my backstory was during the audition, the in-person audition, I purposely cut my hand on an onion, so I'm like bleeding during the audition, and they saw it. I swear, I nicked my finger. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna get on the show." So I'm like the wild, crazy idiot in the kitchen, but I'm not even meant to go home because my recipe was not that bad. But Bobby Flay, I'm on the chopping block, for dramatic effect, of course. And he asked me, and I'm so stupid. I don't know why. I was just in like hyper competitive mode. And I just wasn't thinking. I was impulsive. They're like, "Why should you stay?" And remember, this girl's an anorexic or ex-anorexic trying to get a better relationship with food. And I go, "Well, it's obvious that I have a much closer relationship to food than she does." And immediately Bobby's like, "You're going home." And I get mad. "Are you serious, Bobby? I cooked better than her." And the producers like kind of walks me down the hallway. They're like, "Yeah, you were not meant to go home. Bobby was definitely going to pick her dish. Her dish was terrible, but you just sounded like such an asshole. We had to kick you off the show."
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's depressing. You were talking about heat between you and Tuttle. Where is that, by the way?
I don't even know. I mean, Tuttle is a nice guy. I really don't even have any ill will towards him. I feel like he's just kind of using me for content, which I get it because I used AOC for content by calling her a big booty Latina. But
Nice.
I don't know. I don't have any. I don't really have any animosity towards Tuttle. He is a little bit of a goofball, but so
He's
am
a
I,
lot.
so-
Well, obviously, in us being at BARP this year, this was our first time meeting those guys in person. Well, Tony had been down there once, but Tuttle's a lot taller than I expected.
Yes.
A lot
He is
taller.
bigger than he expected. He is. But I just don't think that he's a very fluid athlete. I mean, I'm kind of a deceptive athlete. Everybody thinks I'm just such a soy boy. I'm so soft, but I played college football at the University of South Florida in Tampa. I got my ass kicked by my first play that I ever went in a scout team. There was a middle linebacker named Steven Nicholas, and he got drafted in the 3rd round by the Atlanta Falcons, and they called him the Snake. And I was playing scout team tight end. So I let the defensive end go. The quarterback pitches off him, and then I got to go block the middle linebacker. So I thought, I'm going to go crush this guy. He hit me so hard my first practice, I got a concussion. I got knocked out. Yes, and I wanted to quit the second day, but my roommate was a coach's son, and he dragged me out of bed, and I would never have been so ashamed of myself. They're just playing it on, repeat. Look at this. This is how you don't play football. And it was on one of those huge screens. The screen is as big as a movie theater, basically.
Well, the reason I brought that up, the Tuttle thing, is because we had this whole thing where Gene Lasker and John Bird kind of had some heat. And it wasn't
Gene
intentional
has heat
heat
with
for
everybody.
him.
I like Gene, but Gene is just, he's, for lack of a better word, rough around the edges. You know what I mean? He's not. He's can be a cantankerous fellow, to say the least. He's never liked me, even though him and I don't just not get along. But he's never been the social butterfly that I consider myself.
Well, and the problem is John Bird showed up to the BRN for the very first time, kind of like Alex Stein at the city council meeting. Mm-hmm. He walks in as a character. He walks in as a wrestler named JoJo Cruz. He had the onesie, singlet, spandex, wrestling, like a Kurt Angle type of gimmick on. His face is painted. And he's walking in, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Gene?" And Gene's like, "Don't touch me. I'll cut you."
He threatened to stab me.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's done that to me too. He just throws out threats like it's no big deal.
Yeah,
a
he
nice
wouldn't look
fella
at
like
me.
you, that's ridiculous.
He would not look
He
at
brought
me.
John Bird had brought him a white privilege card with Gene's name on it and all kinds of stuff, and Gene just wasn't having it.
No. I've gotten. It's funny that you say that. John, you must have given a lot of those because I've probably gotten 3 or 4 white privilege cards. I haven't gotten one with my name on it yet, but maybe they buy them in bulk on Amazon. I've gotten a bunch of.
Well,
those
you know who we got it from. We got it from Nick.
Oh, duh! That's where I got
Nick
so
the
many
gun
of them.
guy.
Yeah, Nick the gun guy. I'm like, why do I have so many? Of course, Nick sends me so much stuff I don't even know. He sends me Yetis. I told Nick, I go, stop sending me stuff. Start sending them to our mutual friends because Nick's always in the chat. Nick's such a great guy. He's such a good supporter.
He is.
But I'm like, send that to the top mods or something because I got everything engraved with Pimp on a Blimp. I have too much stuff and I can't even use it all. He's way too gracious.
Well, he's
Love it.
he's our official merch guy now, so he's probably going to at least send you one more thing, which is going to be an over the line shirt.
I'll
and
take
then we'll
it.
stop
I'll take
after
it.
that.
No, I mean I'm not trying to sound like I don't want gifts and nice gifts, but I'm just like, man, he is so thoughtful, a little too thoughtful. I'm like, what is this guy? What's his angle? He's always giving me this nice stuff. Like, what
He
is
is super generous. Yeah, and I got one more question before you go. Who's the hottest representative or senator in all of Congress? Is it Paulina Luna? Who do you think's the hottest?
I like Anna Paulina Luna. There's a video of her like smoking weed out of a Coke can that's been going viral that makes her look totally based, and she kind of has a
Nothing gets you shoved up like watching a chick smoke out of a Coke can.
Exactly. I mean, that just shows you that she's got some edge to her. But, and I'm not just saying this because I'm friends with her. If I had to say who the sexiest woman is of all the politicians that I've met, believe it or not, and I'm not saying Nancy Mace is, but Nancy Mace, she's actually looks pretty good. She's lost some weight, and there's a video of her like spitting in some girl's mouth. Like, she's like, she probably get freaky deaky. AOC obviously is my favorite big booty Latina, but if I had to pick of the litter, besides Nancy Pelosi, I would go with Lauren Boebert. Lauren Boebert is tiny. She's in good shape. And she's feisty. Like she's my type of woman, if that makes sense. So Lauren Boebert is probably who I have my, if I had to, the pick of the litter. Yeah. And then you guys saw that she was in that Beetlejuice in that play, making out with that guy and hitting her vape. So yeah, Lauren Boebert, she's probably the most down to earth, the coolest, and the most based of them all. And she's got probably the best bod.
Yeah, everybody was making a big deal about her hitting their vape inside. I'm like, that makes her so relatable.
Yeah,
like, I do that all the time.
And she's not pretentious. Like, how some women are so pretentious? She's not. She's not at all. She's like really down to earth. She's almost too down to earth. I'm almost like, gosh, I can't believe we're just talking about the moon landing or whatever, being fake or whatever. It's like she's all the way shot out in a good way. Because, like I said, all of these politicians are so self-important and they're just all egomaniacs. So it's nice to actually meet one that's really down to earth. I really appreciate Lauren Boebert.
And you're single now, right?
I am single, but right now, some girls are in my DMs and stuff, and I'm not. Gosh, I sound like a homo, but I'm not even trying to get with these girls because you get with them, then they go and run their fat mouths online. It's hard, and I'm not even that well known, but believe it or not, like I've had these girls in the Dabbleverse run their mouth. I've had small time girls. They find one podcaster with 100 viewers, and it'll get to everybody. So I try to kind of be very, very choosy if I'm going to meet.
So these are not chat rats. These are people coming from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, I would trust some chat rats, but I'm talking about like, just there's girls that I know John's familiar with this that will like throw themselves at you for just the smallest amount of clout. Because I don't even have that much clout. I got a little bit, but not much. And believe it or not, these girls will like do anything. And I consider why am I a cat person. Even though I have a dog too, cats like kind of make you earn their love. They're a little more feisty. A dog will come and like sniff your balls and lick your butt. You know what I mean? They'll just come and like lick you.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be with a dog. You want to be with a nice feline. So I kind of look at my women like I look at animals. That's probably not a good description, but I kind of want to work for it a little bit. It shouldn't be, such an easy slam dunk.
You should have to put in some work to get your salad tossed. You shouldn't just be getting it for
basically
free.
Right. Yes.
It's not
and
that important.
There are girls that'll do that. Actually, now that is one other crazy thing. I guess maybe the internet has desensitized women from the pornography or something, but I've had girls ask them to do that to me, and I'm like, no, okay, yes. So yeah, these girls are freaks. They're all freaky deaky. A lot of them are really wild.
Yeah, well, we're all getting up there in age. We don't have to deal with that kind of stuff anymore. I'm 40. Tony Gump's what, 45?
47, yeah.
47, and John Bird is 62 years old.
Gosh, 62.
No,
you look great, John.
50.
I would have thought you were in your 50s. You're. I'm not just saying that. I know I've been joking a lot. That the radio I thought would age you, but we're all getting older. I think time is going by faster. Something
Yes.
I do not get why it used to seem like the summer was so long, and now the summer is just gone in the blink of an eye. It's crazy how time is moving.
I tell you, Alex, these seasons are passing by so fast. And let me tell you what, when you get older, they go by faster and faster. Hold on to every moment that you can. Do you hear me?
No, and John, I'm being serious. Everybody's talking about Savannah Guthrie and about her mom getting kidnapped, and I think that's probably an inside job. But it doesn't matter if you're a TV star and you make a multi-million-dollar contract, somebody can kidnap your parents, and then all of a sudden she's not happy. So, any day above ground, we really do need to have more gratitude. I do try to tell myself every single day I need to have more gratitude that, I'm even alive and kicking because, like, I'm not trying to get all sad. I lost my mom. She was 59, and I lost my best friend, Hank, too. Hank hung out with Bubba. He was a wild animal, and I would have thought that he would have lasted forever. So it's just life is fragile. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
necessarily
Never know.
super short, but it is fragile. You got to be very careful and appreciate every single day that you're above ground.
Well, now that you bring up Savannah Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie, well, I mean, you say it's an inside job. Where are you leaning on that?
Well, when I just say that, I mean, I don't think Savannah kidnapped her mom, but I think that there's like something fishy about this whole story. I mean, the idea that they kidnapped her, but there was a guy that is like a 48-year homicide investigator said that a real professional kidnapper would have taken the 84-year-old's medicine. They didn't take that. So I would think that they probably kidnapped her, maybe thought that they were going to be able to do a ransom exchange, but the poor 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie probably had a heart attack and they can't take her to the hospital and go give her medical attention, and she's not having her medicine. She's 84. I believe that this is totally an amateur job. And the fact that there's no DNA or anything, that just seems weird. I mean, the FBI and the digital era that we live in, everybody has a digital paper trail. Like everybody's phone pings to this, pings to that. It's really hard to get away with a crime when you have the FBI, coming after you. So I don't know. It just all seems very bizarre to me. And then one thing that, it could be nothing, but it could be something. In Savannah's speech asking for her mom back, she used the same exact line to end her speech that the actress in Silence of the Lambs used.
Yeah.
And I know, I mean, that's probably just parallel thinking, but it's just all of this seems weird. And I don't think Savannah's doing this for ratings. I think she actually is being victimized. But NBC also, there was Megyn Kelly talking about when she was at NBC, they put a lot of pressure on her to show her family and include her family. And Savannah probably felt that same pressure by showing her mom. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just a weird super fan that wanted to make some Bitcoin, but I don't know if I'm buying that. I think there's also a connection to the Clintons where Savannah's husband worked as like a fixer or a cleaner. He would, you would hire him and he would get all your embarrassing stuff off the internet. So the Clintons might be motivated because he would know where all the bodies are buried online. At least he would know, the real stuff. So there's just weird connections that just makes me think that this isn't just a random kidnapping.
Yeah, because that's what we do, man. We're kind of, especially on the radio show, we're known as the conspiracy theorists because we'll dive into that stuff where most people in corporate radio wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
We're ahead of the curve, yeah.
Well, okay, real quick, I have to cut you off. That's kind of one of the things that got me in hot water. On my first day, the weather guy got mad at me because we were having a snowstorm. And this is not a conspiracy. They have a thing called cloud seeding where they put silver iodide in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
And he wouldn't complain. He's like, well, Alex's first day on the air, he's talking about chemtrails. And I'm like, excuse me, I talked about cloud seeding. And so I don't know if Cumulus loved that. I'm talking about freaking conspiracies on my first day.
You can look up cloud seeding, though. They did it in Dubai, and they actually published what they did.
Yeah, there's a guy named Augustus Tirico that has a company. It's called Rainmaker. They work in Texas. They were actually spraying the clouds right before that horrible Camp Mystic flood where it was like 6 young girls drowned at at a camp this summer in Texas.
Yeah.
And I'm going back to the football stuff. I remember my multiple summers, we had to do the running camp and we had to train. It was a thing called Rhino course or performance course. And we'd always be like, when is it ever going to rain? We'd go all summer in Texas without it raining. And now, dude, it rains all the time. It's almost like we're in Seattle. So they are spraying stuff in the sky to tell us, it's to fix the droughts. But that stuff gets in our food. That stuff gets in our body. I mean, I don't want them spraying anything in my sky.
Yeah, I guess if it's your first day, you got to kind of ease yourself into it. They're used to us talking about, because even with John Bird, I'm like, all right, you've been out of radio for a long time. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about elites eating babies? Do you want to talk about chemtrails? What do you want? I was giving him, and so we talk about whatever. Now, some people in the audience do think we're crazy and do say that we take it too far.
Well, that's their problem.
That's their problem.
Problem.
Like we talk about what we're interested in. When I put the show together every morning, I don't put together a show where I'm like, are they going to enjoy this? Or are they going to enjoy that? I'm like, what am I interested in? I'm going to take it to the table, and it's going to work out.
Well, I think that is the best way to produce any content, the content that you would like. And that's kind of what I was saying earlier. Like, if I was just watching constant stand-up comedy, I think I'd be better at it. But I'm always watching all these cringe videos, so that's why I'm like good at that. Like, but I do love radio because I'm a Howard Stern mark. I've listened to thousands of hours of Howard Stern, and I had a video that's kind of going viral again where I called in and got through in 2016, and I asked Howard about Pizzagate, and he said it was just a nut job conspiracy theorist, and that I'm a Tammy Faye Baker. Yeah. And now I've been totally
Look how that
vindicated.
turned out. Look how that turned out.
Well, did you guys see?
Well, I was going to
the
say,
latest
you
leak?
and I are very similar in the sense of I was the same way. was a huge Howard Stern mark, especially, being in Alabama, we didn't really have Howard Stern outside of him on the E channel.
Show, yeah.
But
that
once
was
he
a
was
hit
on,
show.
it
That was
was
on every night, yeah.
Once he was on Sirius, though, I was all in, and that's also how I discovered Bubba. And so I was with Howard Stern all the way up until, whatever year he started getting weird. I guess it would have been COVID.
Yeah, me too.
I
think I stopped paying for my satellite in about 2020. I paid for it that long because I also like to listen to the radio. But I remember in college, like I didn't have the radio that I could take into my house yet. I would get home and sit in my car for an hour just to listen to like the replay of Howard.
Oh, it was great. It was such
awesome.
good content, dude. And it's
Eric the actor is my
shame.
favorite. Who I became friends with is Johnny Fratto Jr., Johnny Fratto's son. He lives out in Florida. I become very
Really?
good friends. Yes, and he's awesome. He's like a total badass, laid back. I mean, imagine if your dad was Johnny Fratto. You'd probably be pretty cool. You know what I mean?
That'd be pretty wild. But yeah, so it turned in. It went from Howard being number one to Bubba being number one, and back in the heyday when they were on Sirius and they had the whole crew and Manson and everybody else, and I followed them ever since.
That's how I found Bubba. I mean, and I would just listen because I already listened to Howard, and then I started to like Bubba because I liked his, I liked his voice. He sounded funny.
It was like it was like a big white trash party that you could listen to live every day. That's what Bubba's show was like on Sirius.
I listened to it basically every day that, when Howard was done, I'd go listen to Bubba. I mean, I would literally sit in my car when I was home for hours just listening to my satellite radio. It was insane.
Yeah. That's why it's surreal for us to be even teamed up with Bubba at this point on the podcast deal, because we didn't, we've got no connections to Tampa. We didn't know Bubba. We don't have mutual friends. I literally just sent a message to Lummy, and he answered. I was like, hey, can we be on y'all's podcast network? And at that time, they were looking for content. So he's like, yeah, send it to me. Let me see what it looks like. And then next thing you know, we're part of the Bubba Army family.
Well, Bubba has an eye for talent. I mean, Mike Calta, who he started in the game now, is on, until they screwed him over. But he's had a lot of guys like that were people that he discovered. So Bubba knows what works on the air and what doesn't.
Yeah.
So he can tell within 2 seconds if somebody's got it or not.
There's no doubt. Well, listen, seriously consider, I'm telling you, it would make my entire career if we got you to call in for like 15,
I'll call
20 minutes
in.
a week.
Oh, my gosh. I'll call in.
It would be the best.
Put in a good
I'm
word
telling
at Cumulus. I mean, maybe don't even bring me up. I don't even want them to know. But that's the other thing, too. The program director likes me. I was recommended by another host. He wanted me to fill in for him. They liked me. And the program director today, he goes, hey, somebody, I said I was working with you, and they said, program director went to Ohio University, and he's like, there's a viral video of you making fun of Ohio State. And I was like, oh, yeah. It blew up. It was right before they lost to Miami. And he's like, can you send me that video? So I sent it to him. And mind you, I've been working there now, or filling in this is going on my third week. He comes in the middle of the broadcast. He's like, Alex, I had no idea that you had so many followers on social media. I had no idea. I was like, are you serious? Like, you have no idea? Maybe you would have already hired me if you knew that. But, I mean, once again, these are radio guys. That stuff doesn't necessarily matter, but it matters a little bit.
Tell me, you guys, tell me if I'm lying. Would Alex Stein not be the closest, the best fit for my show when it comes to a fill-in?
Yeah, for the audience?
Outside of everybody else we could pick. For my style of show, Alex Stein would be the closest.
He would be much better than you. I agree.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
This guy's great.
But you working with John Bird, I think that would be absolute gold. So I'm gonna put that in the hopper.
We can't get naked at Cumulus, so they're not cool about that.
we can take our shirts off.
Yeah, you can probably take your shirts off.
That's allowed.
It's Birmingham, it's Alabama. Like, we're behind the times.
Yeehaw.
But I love Alabama. I wasn't just saying that. Like, Floribama, everybody needs to go to Orange Beach, Alabama, and spend a week with their family. Like now is Orange Beach probably expensive, but I remember we could go there and we would get like a condo, and it was so cheap. Everybody just had to pay like $200. We got to stay there for like a week. It was
that was the best.
Cheap.
I mean, for us here in Alabama, that was the only beach we ever knew. That and Panama City.
Yeah, Panama City's great too, obviously. But something about that Floribama bar right there, and they have those what is that called? Mudslides or whatever. They're those like chocolate milkshakes with alcohol in it.
Yes, that's one of my favorites.
Puke my guts out. But those are so good when it's hot out.
So good.
So good when it's hot out, like in the daytime. But then when you're drinking them at midnight, they start to hit you a little different.
Well, listen, man, let's link it up. I'll get our boy Nick to send you an over the line shirt. and hopefully you can, sport it one day.
Wait,
For
that's
sure,
it?
and I'll take a selfie. And shout out to Nick the Gun Guy. I love you guys. Thank you guys for having me, and definitely we'll start collabing. I would be honored to fill in, but I need to get down to Birmingham sooner than later.
We'll show you a good time.
Yeah, we will, and I'll make sure I got a couple cookies ready for you. From
Oh
home.
my gosh! No, not before I get on the air. Then I'll definitely get fired.
No, you eat it while you're on air, so as soon as you get off,
That's
there, you're,
smart. Yeah,
you know,
we do
in the
30
sweet
minutes
spot.
remaining in the show. We can eat it on. We can eat it, and then
I'll eat
be
one with
fine.
you. Yeah.
We usually, an hour into this podcast is when we start drinking every episode.
Yeah.
So it's, it works out. But yeah, the Birmingham audience absolutely love you. And I've been talking about trying to get you on the podcast and on the radio for how long have I been doing it? 8, 9 months, a year?
Since forever, yeah.
Because I kept telling Lummy, I'm like, Lummy, tell Alex, like, I want to be on the show. And then I think he eventually told you, and you were like, well, DM me on Twitter. And I did, and then, you had a bunch of stuff going on, so it just
Well, I
kind
had
of fell
some heat
apart.
with Bubba, but it really wasn't Bubba. It was Tuttle. But it's funny. Lummy is like one of the best guys I've ever met. And
Yeah.
if Lummy does see this, I job him out so hard. I feel so bad. I don't know why I do that. And Lummy, because
Don't
I
do
played
that.
football in South Florida. He played football too. For some reason, I jobbed Lummy out too hard. Because one time him and I not got in a fight at all, but he wanted me to start, being part of the CBD company selling these gummies. And I did think about it, but then I was like, I don't want to sell the gummies. But he was mad because I took it to the almost finish line. Like they even made a little gummy product, little blimps that were CBD. But then I'm like, then I feel bad if I'm selling fake weed. Like, not that I want to sell real weed. I had a moral epiphany that I don't think we should do this. And I don't think Lummy liked that because they spent some money on research and development. So,
But
so
that's
I feel
probably
bad.
water under the bridge at this point.
Oh, yeah, Lummy didn't care. He wasn't really mad at that point. I think that the CBD company wasn't too happy about it. And I think, and I was obviously going to give Lummy a cut of any of it that we sold. So I want Lummy to be successful because he works his butt off. And I think he's very funny. So anything
does.
that I can do. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I really, I wish that I could get so big that I could poach Lummy. Maybe one day. I think Bubba would be mad, but Lummy would be a great guy to have as your producer or my producer.
Wait a minute. Is that a trend? Because that's the first time I've heard about the blimp CBD gummies. Wasn't there another business that he got screwed on, which was like a fish company or something?
Oh, he's been screwed on a bunch of different companies.
So that's happened to him multiple times?
Oh, yeah. I think he got screwed on a real estate company. I think he got screwed on a... Well, because Lummy's a natural hustler because his dad owns a bar in Florida. So his dad's always been self-employed. You know what I mean? So he has that self-employed. It's like my dad, that self-employed mentality where it's like, just trying to find every angle, trying to do new things. And if you own a bar or restaurant that has food, you're taking big risks. So Lummy's grown up, not afraid to take a risk when it comes to business. That's the problem is most people are afraid to take risks.
True.
And, no risk, no reward is what they say.
Yeah, what guy would want to be an idiot enough to take a risk and open up a CBD shop or a vape shop or anything?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you that part. Actually, Tony Gump owns a CBD vape shop.
It's a great business. No, Tony, I'm not just saying that. Like, I think I would have sold a lot of the gummies, but all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, I know one of these kids is gonna, get whacked out on one of these gummies and jump off his roof or something. I mean, if I own the shop, that's a little different. But tell me this: in Texas, they're constantly, all the conservatives are trying to get rid of the hemp bill. Are they laid back in Alabama about all that hemp stuff?
Actually, I could talk forever about this. My wife's involved with all the politics, and she goes down to the Capitol every session. So it's a lot of back and forth, but basically hemp was okay until the cannabis people come in. It's all comes down to money, really, and it's hard to sell all of the above when certain people have politicians in their power and they can get their way with their side of what's going on.
Yeah, because they were dealing with a lot of the Delta 8 stuff and a lot of products. They were the most popular store in Alabama.
Yeah,
that
they were
stuff
in a row,
works.
yeah.
High
It
traffic
works, too.
area.
A lot of people don't think it works. I didn't think it works at first. No, it'll it really
It works. It works.
No, but
well, the
I was going to
alcohol
say,
companies,
with the Delta 8 stuff, though, long term, we really don't know what happens to you because it's all synthetic. So, yes, it's good to go back to the natural stuff, mushrooms, cannabis, things like that. But it's all about business here. But go ahead.
We need Alex Stein to go to one of our city council meetings when they're talking about the hemp.
Yeah.
I need to go to this legislator. I need to go to the Capitol and go yell at them when they're in session. That's
man.
I can help you get in.
Content.
Yeah, we can get you in there.
Set that up because I'd like to go speak. Because the marijuana hemp bill, they're going to pay me to go there and speak this past year, and we ended up not doing it. But I was going to have a Mexican dude go there and say that I'm happy that you're banning this because I work for the cartel and this helps us make money. And take
Okay,
it from that
Alex, I
perspective.
would get you a hotel room and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll fly you down here, get you a hotel room and all that stuff. Plus, you get to make content while you're here. So you find out when you're available. We'll look it up.
Well,
We'll
when
look
they're
it
in
up.
session, I'll be there. If you guys are organized enough, I mean, I know y'all are. Just tell me when. We'll plan it whenever they're going to be in session. If that hemp stuff is on the docket, I need to
Okay.
get talking about it.
Perfect. Oh, that's a done deal, cuz. That is a done deal. All right, we're gonna let you go, man. I don't want
One
to
more
hold you
thing.
up.
I hate to interrupt, but everyone here in the super chat, they're trying to guess what size shirt you would wear.
Extra large. I'm 6'3" and I'm tall. I've lost some weight, but I still need that. I still need the link.
Yeah, you were looking good down in Tampa. You were
I
looking
was.
slim.
I mean, I've gained it probably since then, maybe 5 or 10 pounds because I was working on Roseanne's show. I'm not trying to name drop, but I was on that show for 3 weeks. I was basically a glorified extra. I had 5 lines, but they have craft service, and when you're an actual actor on the call sheet, the PA's just, what do you want? You could just order food. You know, they have a cook there. I was eating spinach omelet, spinach and mushroom omelets, eating pasta, just eating every food, every snack bar, every candy you can imagine. So I gained a little weight there, but now I'm not on set, so I'm starting to lose it.
Yeah, on the sets, they got a lot of, we had John Travolta was shooting, this was circa 2017, 2018. John Travolta was shooting a movie in Birmingham called Trading Paint, and he was like a race car driver or whatever. And one of the scenes, they needed a radio studio. He was a driver that was going to be interviewed on the radio, and so they called us at the radio station I was at and asked if we had any old equipment so they could build the set, build the studio. And when they came over to look at our old equipment, they're like, well, y'all got a bunch of empty studios. Can we just shoot it here? And so ultimately, that's what they did. They turned our entire lobby into catering. There's people running back and forth. I'm doing my afternoon show at one point, and the producer of the show of the movie sticks his head in the radio studio while I'm on air. He's like, "Hey, can you keep it down? We're trying to shoot out here." I'm like, "Dude, this is my house. Like, I'm shooting a radio show."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they paid a lot of money to go rent that. I'm sure you guys charge them an arm and a leg because those people will pay a little more. But still,
everybody thought it was so cool. They just gave it to him for free.
Oh, really?
The payment was we got to meet John Travolta for like 5 minutes after they got done shooting.
Well, John Travolta's a Scientologist, but I actually kind of like John Travolta. I think he's actually a legend.
He seems like an all right guy.
I knew
Yeah, he
his
seems like
masseuse down there in Clearwater. I knew his masseuse. She used to get her car washed at the place.
His name was John Byrne, actually.
Well,
Yeah.
he had. It's funny you say that because didn't he have like a controversy with a male masseuse or something? He asked him to
I've told you guys about this. The masseuse that was massaging him at the time, after her 100th visit, she finally told me he was gay.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, I heard he's gay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Whatever.
You like the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, I'm a
Alex.
Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboys fan, so of course I support the LGBTQ community. Yeah.
That's right. Well, listen, let's hook it up. Sounds like we've got a lot of plans set up. Radio
We
show,
do.
flying you
Fun,
down to
fun.
Birmingham.
Radio show. We're going to testify at the Capitol, and
Yes.
and I'll
Oh my
call
God.
in, and I hope that we can be Cumulus brothers in the very near future. I'll keep
We
you guys posted
absolutely
on what happens with the Pimp on a Blimp. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Peace. Y'all have a good one. I love you guys. I'll talk
You
to
two
you
are
guys again
praying
soon.
for you.
Love you. Love you a long time. Alex Stein, Pip on a Blip, baby.
Yeah.
We finally pulled it off, y'all. Can you believe it? That was crazy. What a day it has been. The return of John Bird, Alex Stein on the podcast, going to be on the radio show. Now we're going to bring him down here to testify for the hemp bill.
How did that go in terms of how you expected it to go?
I think it would be great. I wanted to bring him on and just for us to hang out. Like I don't like this idea of bringing people on and interviewing them.
Yeah.
I just want them on here to chill with us.
Yeah.
And talk about whatever.
Yeah, sorry about the couple questions. That seemed more like an interview. I was just curious,
No, that's
about
perfect.
young Alex Stein and all that stuff.
Yeah, we
So-
need somebody to grill him and make him feel awkward.
Now I wasn't ready for the shirt to come off. That
I was staring at the screen the whole time. I looked down. John Bird's got his shirt off, and at the time, like, what are you doing?
Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing.
I was wondering. I'm looking over. He's taking his shirt off. I'm like, I don't know whether to put him on camera or not. You know?
Well, as I continue to occasionally take my shirt off, you're going to notice definition. My pecs are going to look better. Eventually, I'm going to stand up so you can see my six-pack. So, you know, I'm practicing for that time.
I was told again today, Paul from Mandu, he said,
Yeah.
make sure JB knows he is welcome whenever he's ready.
Yeah, I think I want to hit it next week.
And what's going on with your nose? Did you like cut your nose?
Yeah, what is this mark on your nose?
I keep staring
I know
at
it. Yeah, I had an issue at home.
What? Now, what is that? It wasn't on your nose before the show started.
Yeah.
It's medicine that I have to use. You know, I have eczema, and I'd ordered some new medicine, and it came in yesterday.
John Bird, that's a Sharpie.
No, it is a pen that you use that you put in areas like, for instance, right here, behind the ears, right in the crack of the buttocks.
So you thought
behind
to
the
yourself,
knees.
I'm gonna paint myself up with eczema medicine before we talk to Alex Stein.
Well, I was nervous. My nose I know it was red. So
Okay.
I don't notice it.
Hey, let's go back. Can you figure out where we left off on that?
Yeah.
Tony, and just wherever's fine. Let's play the rest of this because he said I didn't even play the best part. So this is Alex Stein. They posted this today, so just a few
Watch
days
them
ago.
copyright us. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, here we go.
Future bride, and I hope one day to have an authentic Indian marriage and go to their ceremony. But I'm not here for that. I'm all the way from the Holy Land of India, very, very far away. And as you may not know, or you may know, I worship cows. But cow is not no ordinary animal. No. Cow is divine mother. Her milk is Amrit, nectar from heaven. Her urine, Gomutra, is purest medicine straight from the gods. Her dung, Goba, is holy gold, blessing for health and prosperity. But in this beautiful city of Plano, my HOA is behaving like total narcs, like big old demons. And now even worse, the Muslim Brotherhood in my neighborhood also bullying me nonstop. They come into my house, knocking on my door, shouting at me, "Oh, stop drinking cow pee! Stop eating cow poop!" They saying my cow Lakshmi is haram. My holy practices is dirty. They think it's threatening me. Feed complaints saying they will call the police on me, or more HOA will find me and make my life hell. I'm asking you, please, Mayor of the City of Plano, is this not the land of free? Is this not the land of freedom of religion? Tala Oliveira made a video trying to come after my culture. I like the cow dung. I like it for the health benefits. I know that you're not used to it. You big Texans, you eat steak, and that's disgusting, and I hope that you will burn and burn forever for your crimes against this sweet cow. So, I ask you, can HOA come into my house and tell me not to eat cow dung?
20 seconds.
I don't understand. Please, Mayor, I beg you, let me eat the cow dung. It has healing properties. And I love you, Cash Patel. He's protecting the Epstein victims, but, you know, so what? At least we got an Indian in there, right? Thank you. Have a good evening, and goodbye.
There's people clapping. That's
Nice.
good. Yeah, dude. If we've got him in Montgomery, Alabama at the Capitol
my gosh.
talking about, the hemp bill, he could come in as, he could go one of two ways. He could come in as like a hippie, or he could do like somebody that's, what would be anti-hemp? Like,
I don't know, the governor.
maybe he
I don't
could,
know.
he could be a pharmaceutical rep. He could pretend like he's,
Yeah, yeah.
he's a farmer rep.
Like, I'm a doctor. How dare you bring in this good healing stuff or whatever?
Yes, because Oxycontin is so much better for you than hemp.
Yeah.
We need to get everybody on opiates.
And how are we supposed to make money without the kidney, issues later and all that?
Yeah.
I like that. They would
that's
fall
good.
for it for sure.
That's good. So I think we got that locked in. I think we're going to have him on the radio show. Who knew he was doing a show for Cumulus? That's our same company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's doing a fill-in. Imagine how the audience, though, the line audience reacts when I'm like, Alex Stein's filling in for us. Like, you and him would have a killer show together. Oh, that'd be good.
I don't
be
know.
so
I
good.
don't think I could do
Just don't pressure him too much too soon. The guy's busy. But
No, I don't want. I just want him to call the show for now.
start off with that, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't even have any vacation days planned. But
I think this was the first time all three of us were nervous before anything we've ever done.
yeah, I was
nervous.
I was. I mean, even though we know Alex, I'm still like.
You know, Bird was nervous.
We had to. Yeah, I was so nervous. He took his
Took
clothes
his shirt off, yeah.
It just got hot in here.
But no, that's good. And I think if he does come down here, then if we have him in studio, there's no telling what Bird would do. In the sense of entertainment wise.
Yeah. But if he did come here, I would put him in a very nice hotel room. I will tell you that much.
We'll get him hooked up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good times, man. What a day. What a day it's been.
Day.
We even found out his hottest senator that he would bang. That's awesome.
She's very pretty, very fetching. She's young, but she's
Lauren
very
Boebert?
yes, I just checked
Yeah, I like her.
some pictures.
Well, Alex has seen them all up close, so that's why I wanted his opinion.
OTL show, Cash App and Venmo. If you want to send a little primetime 99 pimp on a blimp dollar make you holla to support the show. That's the way you do it. Also on the super chats. Let's go through a couple headlines while we're at it. He mentioned the Nancy Guthrie stuff, and today they released, and who knew they had footage of the guy. They released this doorbell camera that we were told was missing, and we were also told that she didn't have a subscription for her Nest doorbell or security cameras, which you have to have a subscription in order for it to record.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe the company Nest keeps it anyway.
Yeah, they keep the data. Yeah.
You think about that when you've got cameras in your home and it's hooked to some sort of subscription. Mm-hmm. You're basically allowing some company just to watch you 24/7.
That's right.
You know, you're having to trade your privacy for security, which is kind of a sad situation.
You got to read the fine print, and even like Ring and the other ones that do that, Nest, all them.
Yeah.
It's in the fine print that basically, even if there's like a crime, the police can come look at the stuff and the data in their centers.
Yeah. Well, here's the footage that the FBI released earlier today. You can see as he walks up, he's got a firearm right there on his crotch. We're assuming this is a guy. There he is. He's trying to cover the camera, maybe to hide his face as much as possible. And he's looking around. That's definitely a guy. You can tell by the walk.
Yeah.
Although the eyebrows seem to be pretty on point. Then he grabs a handful of grass and walks back up as if he's going to, and I guess it's looping now, but he grabs a handful of grass and was kind of holding it up to the doorbell camera, which I didn't really understand.
That's really strange.
So I don't know. It's weird. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, as Alex said, you kind of got the feel that it's an inside job, maybe. Mm-hmm. But I don't have any answers. And sometimes, like in our business, when there's a story that goes on too long, I kind of get worn out with it, and I don't give it as much brain power as to trying to get to the bottom of it. Mm-hmm. You know, because there's only so much you can say. I mean, there are stories that have popped up where I can spend an entire week talking about it on the radio, but this one, like, there's nothing else out there. Even though the story itself is incredibly popular, like, what else is there?
I just, whatever happened to the Elon Omar story? That was like a 48-hour thing, and it just went away, and nobody even talks about it.
Well, there is movement on that as they're introducing a bill named after Ilhan Omar about senators and congressmen and women who are coming into Congress and like quadrupling their net worth.
Yeah.
You know, or going from $167,000 salary to being worth over $5 million. She had her and her husband has a winery, and the people went to the address for the winery, and they had a sign on the door. They said, "We are not associated with Ilhan Omar or her winery or whatever." Looks like it's a shell company. And so they're trying to get to the bottom of that now. And there's
what about the spray stuff, the apple cider vinegar?
That went away. You know, that she was almost assassinated, according to her supporters. Why did y'all just go ahead? Why did they drop that story? You know why? Because they knew it was fake. And they didn't want to bring
everything's
it up.
so half-assed that the Democrats do. You would have thought they would have done a little better, but it's so sloppy and so unplanned.
Yeah.
And now the Epstein files are going to disappear because unsealed documents today show that Donald Trump spoke with the Palm Beach police chief about Epstein in 2006, saying, quote, "Thank goodness you're stopping him, that Ghislaine Maxwell was evil, urging them to focus on her." Trump also said that he, quote, "got the hell out of there after Epstein brought teenagers around him." So Trump ended up, according to the newest Epstein files, told the police to go after Epstein, that everybody knows he's doing shady stuff, and to concentrate on Maxwell as well. So essentially the Democrats are like, Trump's in the Epstein files for calling the police on Epstein.
Yeah.
Just like he said he did. And so that will now disappear. Poof. It's going to be gone. Poof.
What about all these other names that are cropping up? You know, like, is anything going to happen to Clinton?
What about Steve Bannon? That's an interesting one.
Okay. So I haven't dove too far into that one, but the snippets that I'm seeing is not a good look for Steve Bannon.
No.
And we've all liked Steve Bannon because we felt like he was a true MAGA guy when he was chief of staff, but was he another Jeffrey Epstein?
I think from what I've researched, and maybe you've done more, it seems to me that if this turns out okay for him, I think he was just there and trying to do business, and Jeffrey was weird, and he just didn't say anything and just went along with the weirdness and all of the communications. But that's just giving him benefit of the doubt. I don't think it looks good at all. You know, like, because he never specifically said anything about women. It was more like Jeffrey bringing it up, and he just kept the conversation going, and he had some other kind of motive he was trying to do with business or something.
Yeah, it's just super weird.
Yeah,
dude.
all of it is.
Super duper weird. What else do we got? We also have the other controversy, which nobody's talking about anymore. This happened before the Super Bowl. Donald Trump, and everybody remembers the headlines, Donald Trump posts a racist meme about Michelle and Barack Obama, depicted as apes. Did you see that? Did you watch the video, or did you just see the stories?
Yeah, I watched the video.
So the stories made it seem like this was what he posted, and that it was purposely to take a shot at the Obamas and be outwardly racist. Now, if Donald Trump had all these things so the left thinks Donald Trump's racist. If it was so easily provable that he is racist and there's all these examples, this wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But this was the first thing that they felt like they had. He's racist and you can't deny it now. They thought they had him. And so they painted those stories as that's all he posted. But this right here, and most of y'all have seen it by this point, this is the actual true social post. Watch.
Machine that counts the votes. A Telit 4G wireless chip manufactured in Taiwan was discovered embedded into the motherboard. The voting machine tapes clearly indicate modem engagement and transmission of election data. Some of the anomalies that we noticed in the 2020 general elections, that 5 key states all stopped counting at a certain time in these key battleground states. These were all where the software, the mini machines, ES&S machines were used, the Smartmatic, the GEMS software. So when the vote stopped counting, and this has been noted in other countries as well, President Trump was significantly ahead. When reporting and counting resumed, there was a massive spike occurred that favored Joe Biden.
Okay, so, and that's it. That's it. Somebody screen recorded it, and it moved to the next reel. And that was it. Trump doesn't even send out his own tweets. He's got a handler that he says, hey, put this out here. He'll verbally tell them, like, type this out. Or I don't know how the retweets work. I don't know if he scrolls himself and sees stuff, or he just tells them, anything you see about this topic today that you think's good, tweet it or whatever.
That sounds like it.
And so the original clip, which is not that one, Tony, but there's let me see if I can find the original. Obama 8. What I call it, the Obama 8 video.
Sure.
Do I need to even say that out loud?
I don't know.
Okay, I've got it here. I'm sending it to you.
Okay.
And again, that was just a clip of like a whole minute-long video.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch, not to defend it, because here's at the end of the day, Trump or his handler or whatever should have been on top of that and said, no, we can't post that. There's something at the end that people are going to take out of context or whatever. So it was a mess up on Trump's part or Trump's team's part. But then when you look at the video and try to dissect, was that video trying to be overtly racist to the Obamas, you see this. And we'll probably have to mute the music, as a matter of fact. I didn't even think about that. But it goes through, and it shows different politicians as animals. There's AOC as a donkey, Gavin Newsom. There's J.B. Pritzker as an elephant, pencil neck Adam Schiff. Everybody's favorite Palestinian senator. There's Kamala Harris. Look at her mouth. Hakeem Jeffries.
Now it makes sense. I haven't seen this
And there's
before.
Trump as the lion. Yeah, and this is it. It goes through many politicians. I mean, Joe Biden's depicted as an ape.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just, there's Harry Sisson. There's Whoopi Goldberg as a hippopotamus.
How dare they?
And they all bow down to Trump. That's so good. So that's the whole thing. But again, you see that part right there is at the beginning of the tweet. So when it scrolled, that was the first thing you ended up seeing. Then people, as they do on the right, the meme warfare, if you will, instead of saying, yeah, let's not make memes like that, everybody doubled down and started making even more memes, such as this one right here, which has got a Power Rangers theme to it.
There's 2 giant apes.
This thing is supposed to give us powers. Let's do it. Mastodon.
Pterodactyl.
Triceratops.
Saber-toothed tiger.
Tyrannosaurus.
You'll just mute and unmute as we go, and that'll probably break it up. And then you can go.
That's not his leg. Yeah.
Who said he had a third leg? He said that's not his leg.
God. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, me.
But again, my point being, whether that's right or not, or offensive, or it is offensive. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But the point being, on the internet, like, people are going to double down. Mm-hmm. And Trump caught a lot of heat because they were saying he should apologize. And I'm kind of like, no, don't. Because if you do, apologizing is saying, I did that on purpose and I'm sorry for it. I shouldn't have done it. You just say, it was a mistake. Shouldn't have been posted. But I'm not apologizing to the fake news. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And the internet is not, I mean...
It's the Wild West. It will always be. You'll never tame it.
Yeah, you're not going to do it, man. People are going to double down. And listen, there's crap out there. There's racist crap. There's anti-Semitic stuff all over the internet.
Yep.
And the more you give it, the more attention you give it, the bigger it grows. Because people, Bad Bunny halftime show. What did it say on the big billboard? It said, only thing stronger than hate, more powerful than hate is love, which is not true. You're giving hate more power than it actually has. There's many things that are more powerful than hate, one of which is ignoring hate, because hate is there, especially in this day and age, to get a reaction out of you. Yep. And every time you react to the hate or you highlight it, you're giving it exactly what it wants.
Yep.
And it grows. So just ignore the hate, and the hate will ultimately crawl back under the rock from which it came. But hey, that's me.
Wise. You're a wise man.
I know.
Yes. A wise one.
40 looks good on you. You wise man, you.
I'm just saying. So what else is new? Anything?
Yeah.
I'm still coming off the sugar high of Alex Stein.
Yeah.
Pimp on a blip, sugar high.
Yeah. Oh! I cut the clip from YouTube TV that we did. If you want to do, it's a short little clip of the when I came on, the little opening thing that we did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is, and you can hear it in my voice. Normally I wouldn't point this out, but you can hear it in my voice that I'm nervous when I start to make the announcement. Yeah. So as you know, if you're just joining us, John Bird got his job back as of today as the executive producer of The Line. So now it's The Line with Andrew McClain plus John Bird. And I freaked the audience out yesterday because I said I had a big announcement.
That was a good job.
And I wanted it to come off as I was either leaving, I was getting canceled, or I was moving time slots or something dramatic that people had been like, oh, my God, I can't believe this is happening. And I think I pulled it off pretty well. There were some people that guessed it, but we started the show today, and this is how it went. Allow me to introduce to you, the audience, the brand new member of The Line on Talk 99.5, John Bird! Here we go! Hands together, everyone!
Oh, the music.
I think the clapping will take care of it.
That felt so good. This moment felt so good. It was like, and I'm serious, dude. Like, I have played that exact scenario out in my head countless times since you got
I played
fired.
it out a few times.
I just thought about, man, imagine the pop that we're going to get when John Bird comes back, you know? And now it's like, and I loved, don't cry.
Okay, I'm not going to do it.
And Carrie, I got to say about Carrie, who held it down while you were gone, best case scenario.
Yes.
Carrie, and was able to me and him were able to kind of get in a groove. And, you know, I'm going to miss working with Carrie, even though we'll get to work together again on days that you're out. Mm-hmm. But, you know, this is, with me and you, we had built something. Mm-hmm. We had built something special, and it was just not, we just couldn't allow it to end that quickly. You know, I had that happen with me and Jessica. We had built something special over the course of 2 years, mm-hmm. which is almost a very similar story to us. Over the course of 2 years, and we got the rug pulled out from under us. And I said to myself, I'm like, nah, I ain't letting that happen again. Mm-hmm. We gonna fix this. So
I think it worked out perfect. The timing, I think Bird's time away from the radio helped him once he got back on, and now it's just a whole different dynamic. And you guys got the same exact schedule now. Mm-hmm. So you're going to be going in and leaving at the same time kind of thing.
Yes.
We do 7 shows a week together.
Wow.
Or if you count post-show, that would be 9 shows a week.
Dang.
Yeah, and Bird's having sex with Stein behind your back.
Yeah, dude.
Dang.
I had no idea.
No, I was hoping he could maybe help me score some chicks, but sounds like he's as bad off as I am.
Oh, my wife said, did you talk about Nancy Guthrie while I was on the phone? Oh. Let's call her.
You want to?
Yeah.
Call her.
Let's call her. We'll just revisit it and get her opinion. See what she says. She's like, oh my God.
Hello.
Hey. So yeah, we did talk about Nancy Guthrie. Real quick, what's your take on it?
You know, I always think differently than other people. I still think that it has to do with the sister and the son-in-law. The video of the person going there was not him going to take her, but him going to put her cell phone back and all that stuff from when she came over that night. My gut just tells me it's family. It doesn't tell me this is a professional thing.
What do y'all think? Family?
It's got to be. That's usually the case when someone is unalived. It's usually a family member.
Could it be that, you know, I mean, she's at 82 years old. She's got people come and go from her house like maintenance men or pool guys or whatever. Could it be something as simple as, not that this is simple, but one of those guys talking about their house and who she is, who she's related to somebody else they work with or some kind of contractor, who ends up being a bad person, and they say to themselves, oh, well, he's explained to me the layout and how to get in and all this. Maybe I should go kidnap her and do a ransom gimmick. I don't know.
Well, we know it's not very professional, obviously, the way it was handled.
Yeah, it does. Part of it seems professional, and then part of it doesn't.
The fact they haven't been caught seems professional, but that's also another shady thing to me.
I mean, to me, if it were professional, they would have shown up with a way to cover the camera. They wouldn't have shown up with pulling weeds out of the yard to cover the camera. They would have brought electrical tape or spray paint or something to cover the lens. Yep. They would have known ahead of time, okay, we've got cameras to deal with. Now, I will say one of the first things I said about this was to look at Savannah's husband, because was it the Clintons he worked for 8 years doing the scrubbing for them?
Yep.
And he's worth like billions of dollars. I mean, it may be, because I just felt like with the Epstein files dropping that Friday night, that this was the way of somebody trying to let all of these news people know. Like,
that's what Stein said.
After you. Well, that's what I said originally, is that we will come after you. I'm sorry, I'm playing Fortnite. Don't kill me. Sorry, I killed him.
Nice.
Anyway, that was my original gut instinct, was that, Friday night, the Epstein files come out. Sunday, one of the top news anchors' mom comes up missing, knowing that all of these news people are friends with her. It was almost like they were sending a message like, we will come after you if you don't play ball,
Right.
So that was the first thing I told you. But then, like, the more I kept seeing the searches happening at the sister's house, kind of made me question my original thoughts. So,
well, we'll see. And since you missed out on the conversation, I wanted to call you and get your.
I appreciate that.
So
yeah. Well, I just wanted to hear what y'all's take on it was, because I've been watching all these other people and didn't know what y'all thought about it.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot. We're three dumb Neanderthals. We don't really have an opinion. We're like, looks like a dude. That's all we got.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, welcome back, John. I enjoyed the show today.
Thank you.
I know, it's so exciting, but all right, y'all have a good show.
All right, I love you.
Bye, girl.
Love you too, bye.
She was just as excited about your return as I was. Wow. I mean, she was over the moon, because she would often say, she's like, it's so hard to watch my husband fall out of love with his job.
Yeah.
Which had kind of happened over the past year. And again, I don't want that to be a shot at anybody, but I had lost part of myself and almost part of my identity, to where it went from being fun every day to being a job that the idea of vacations, like I never even thought to take vacations before you were gone. And now I'm like, when can I take a vacation? I just want to, let me take a week off or whatever. So, well,
that just goes back to the old saying, if you're going to find something and work with it, find something you enjoy doing. So the fact you're enjoying doing it makes it all the better.
Yeah.
$10 on the super chat. Fish on the J. Yo, 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 yo. Mess with John Bird, you get the bird. Head out.
Me like.
That is our first super chat of the day. Thank you, Fish on the J. Bubba Army for life. For life.
Yeah. And don't forget to like us.
Yeah, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you have not. We're really trying to get our numbers up. They have been trending in the right direction, but we need y'all's help. Whether it's, Bubba Army people or regular people or whatever. And I mean, for that matter, middays after Bubba's show and after Bubba's post show, y'all can come over and join us on 99.5. Me and John Bird. Watch us on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, though, it can get confusing. It has to reset every hour. So at the end of each hour, you have to refresh, go over. We start at 10 a.m. Central Time, 10 to 2. And one day, Alex Stein's going to call in.
That's right.
So I think I'll just text him tomorrow and see what day he wants to do.
No, I would no.
What?
It's like if you meet a chick and y'all hit it off and it's great.
That would be
it's like you got to wait a few days to text.
No, that would do. I wouldn't. That would be like me texting him tonight. I think if I wait till tomorrow, that's Wednesday. Maybe he wants, because I've got two guests on Fridays normally, Damian and Matt Murphy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do him on Friday, right?
I think you need to almost just wait a day and then ask him what day works best for him.
There you
I
go.
think Mondays would be really good. Mm-hmm. To have him on at like noon on Monday. Mm-hmm. Every Monday.
I'd look forward to it, but like I said, just find out whatever day's best for him and see if you can do that day first.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd give him a day to breathe.
I'm texting him tomorrow, John
Don't
Bird.
do it. Don't do it.
And I'm putting you in the group text.
Don't do it.
Yeah. And I'm going to say, John Bird made me text you.
He knows better. We're like that. Even though he attacks me like Richard Dixon, that's okay. I can tell we're going to be good buds.
You and Stein?
Me, Gene Stein, going to go out for a beer one of these days down in Tampa.
Sounds like he knows Roseanne pretty well. Wouldn't Roseanne be cool to have on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, he name dropped twice. So
My wife loves Roseanne. I do too. I think she's awesome.
Oh, yeah, she's based.
Unapologetic for who she is.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to tell Lynham that he knows Tony Hinchcliffe. Mm-hmm. I mean, vaguely knows him, I guess. Got high with him one time.
Yeah, but you don't want to overwhelm him.
Well, listen. I'm the listen, man. Listen. I'm the last person to do the overwhelming. If anything, I get anxiety about how they deal with it.
You do.
So I did, however. Bubba had to chastise me Saturday when I was harassing him, trying to get a picture of him and Rainey. He was like, "What do you want?" But he was drunk. Oh, and I've got the picture from Bubba's studio. I got to bring in here the painting he did. You remember?
Yes.
Then I got. We got to figure out where we want to hang that at.
Yeah, we'll hang it up, and it has our name tags on the back of it, if I recall.
Mine and yours. I don't know what happened to Bird's name tag.
I saved Amy's.
Where's your bird tag? Your name tag.
Did I have one? I mean, I don't remember.
I don't remember you wearing one.
I don't remember most of.
You might have had a few names, depending on the day.
You might have given it to Petunia.
I wish.
He means the.
I mean the name tag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant.
Of course.
Gosh.
OTL Show, Cash App, Venmo. What else do we got before we get out of here? Anything special that we're missing?
I was thinking, since we got like Lynham and Attaway, guests and stuff, things like that, we should almost bring Carrie on once every few months.
I thought
you could do a song with me. I love doing that.
Yeah.
I'll see. I'll get with him and see if he wants to go ahead and book a date sometime over the next few weeks and do a Friday deal.
Yeah, and like Lynham, the logistics is perfect because it's not like a big deal to get here.
Yeah, he's easy peasy for Lynham. What about Attaway? Is he out in New York or whatever?
Yeah, he's 30 days on work, 30 days off, so we'll get a report once a month, I would think.
Yeah, I thought he was going. Is he out on a boat or is he just hanging out in Broadway?
Maybe he can't tell us. I don't know. He was in the chat a little bit earlier.
Because he's not doing the thing from out in the ocean like he used to do. And he would show the sunsets and stuff.
Couple of
Captain,
other people.
What's going on, Captain?
Couple other people I want to bring on. I want to bring on Jessica.
Yep.
And I want to bring on Matt Murphy.
Of course.
Lindenberg. These are people that we haven't had in a while. Believe it or not, I want Richard Dixon to come back.
We need to introduce
That's fine. I won't be here. I won't be here.
Yeah, Bubba.
And
I won't be here.
You won't be here for Dixon?
No, I won't.
Why?
I will not be humiliated.
He's not going to humiliate
This show is one of the few places I can go and not be an idiot and be humiliated.
What if we tag team him? What if we all gang up on him and make him leave?
What if we humiliate him?
No, you see, he's got this way about him where he turns people. It's like Valerie's like, you shouldn't say that, Richard. And then he'll say something, and then she'll go, yeah. And look at me. It just,
Okay.
No, he can be on.
Yeah, and he's only been on once. No, he's been on twice. But Bird was not here for either one of those, was he?
No.
Because the second one was Jello shots, and the first one was...
No, first one was Jello shots.
One was Jello shots.
Yeah.
First one, he admitted that he would be gay if it wasn't for effing people in the backside.
Yeah. He said besides the gay butt sex thing, I'd prefer to be gay.
Yeah, he's like,
really?
Yeah, because he likes musicals and decor and decorating for Christmas. He's like, I like everything about being gay except for fucking another man in the house.
Well, I mean, metrosexual. He's, you can like those kind of things.
And then I really would like to bring in Jim Butters back.
Uh-oh. Are we going to have to get extra security for that episode?
The only reason Jim Butters hasn't been back on this show is because I've respected John Bird's wishes. He's a little iffy about bringing Jim Butters back.
Yeah, and I don't mean that bad because I love Butters, but there was that time he almost got me unalived, and
that happened
after
after he came on the show.
Yeah. It was during my
I forget about that.
He still holds the record for the warning label before the show. You know?
Yes, he does. I mean, it's your show. If you want to do that, that's fine. That's fine. I can always go run in the bedroom back there and,
No, I'm not going to bring Butters if you're not going to be part of the show. So here's let's ask the audience. Type in yes or no in the chat.
Well, a lot of people probably don't know Jim Butters.
Well, if you don't know, then just say yes. Yes or no in the chat. Should we bring Jim Butters on the show? And if you don't know, look up Over the Line Jim Butters on YouTube tonight. Go watch that episode. It's out there. I've been promoting it on the radio.
Okay.
So yes or no in the chat. Let's go. Chop, chop.
Okay, I'm looking. Yeah. Jay Attaway says, hell no. Tracy Stewart says, absolutely not. Bama Phoenix says, oh, please no. Rainey says, I don't know who it is, but I don't want him to ruin your show.
You're making that up.
Laura Headley says, come on, give me a freaking break.
Yes, Team Bird. No. Yes, yes. No. Yes, yes. So Tracy and Boomer are against it. So that's 2 to what? 7?
There's another one. Cherry said yes.
Now, I can say this about Butters. He's the only man I've ever met in my entire life that within 10 minutes wanted me to show a picture of his crotch.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened to me the first
Never
time. Never
happened before.
Well, that's why he's such a good guest. You don't know what you're going to get.
And he was being, for real. It wasn't just like a gig.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's probably the closest to me in terms of being out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like not knowing what to expect.
He's like a creepy guy, but he goes to Bible study.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, he is an interesting guy, and I do miss him on Saturday mornings. I really do. We had one Saturday morning together.
Now, the picture
When
of the
you came
crotch,
back?
in case you think he had a really serious infection. So it was more like a medical, I want to show you my crotch versus
gangrene on his ween, as they call it, gangrene.
He almost lost his parts, and he was telling us about how he saved his parts.
Uh-oh, we're down to 10 watching. We went from 51 to 10 in a matter of seconds. We shouldn't have been talking about gangrene of the private parts.
Okay.
It's because everybody went to watch the Butters episode. That's where they went. Anyway, let's get out of here. If y'all are okay with it, maybe 10, 15-minute post-show, something like that. Yeah. Enough time to wrap things up. Let's go ahead and get Tony's final words for the night.
Final words. Today was a great day. Got to be on the radio show. That was awesome.
We didn't even point that out to the audience. Like Tony Gump did the second half of the show with us today, which was cool.
Really cool.
I always like to pick and choose my dates so that way I don't wear out my stay.
And he's so good at it, too, because Tony understands the timing of radio. I don't know if you noticed this, but where he would make his comments time-wise, they were fitting in perfect. He knows when to pick up. He knows when to drop off. And not many people can do that.
Yeah, well, I think that the podcast has really helped with that because there's three of us interacting,
Yeah, and I don't even get nervous going up there at all. Mm-hmm. I used to, but now it's like, oh, okay, like you're going grabbing lunch. But today was great. Bird, so happy you're back. I've been right there with all the rest of us. Thank you, Alex Stein. That's another, semi-mini dream come true.
Bucket list.
Yep.
Check.
Mm-hmm. And plenty of water, meat, sunlight, and sleep. Thank you to the audience, all the Bubba people, everybody. Fantastic day. Thank you.
It's been a really good day.
It has.
I've never had a good day where I only had 2 hours of sleep. So today was record-breaking. Bucket list. 2 hours of sleep. Good day.
Yep.
John Bird, final words.
Tony? I prepared some words here for this special day.
Wait a minute. Do you have music?
Yes.
Oh.
I do.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right,
you
take
ready?
it away.
Yes. During your life, you will face many trials and tribulations. There will be times when you want to give up. You may say, this is too difficult, or I can't do this. Remember that this country was built on the backs of our forefathers who believed in an idea, a dream of liberty and justice for all. let's not forget the brave men and women who fought and died for that freedom. But as long as the American flag waves and we have breath in our lungs, we must declare proudly, God bless America. Don't let the leftist, liberal, Black Lives Matter loving, blue-haired, septum-piercing, ICE-hating, immigrant crime-loving, space-safe, space-hiding, trans-supporting, proudly unemployed commies determine your future. Say it with me loudly and proudly. America.
America! Yeah!
Yeah, baby.
Wow, that was so inspirational.
Thank you.
I think you should have more music playing in the background during your final words. That was great.
That was awesome.
It just came to me.
And I almost was able to take you serious if it weren't for the black stripe going down the front of your nose.
Well, excuse me. Eczema can be a very dangerous disease. I inherited it from my father. It runs on my father's side of the family. I can't do anything about it, but try and take the medication. Excuse me. This is ruined. Yeah, just hit throw the pen. Just throw the pen.
Do you want to do it again?
Yes, let's do it.
No, okay, let's go. Post show coming up next. Make sure you are a member of the YouTube channel. It's easy to do. Click join, $4.99 a month. Well worth it because you never know what's going to happen on the post show. We'll be back with another OTL this Friday, Valentine's Day edition.
Oh yeah,
possibly finding John Bird a date. Who knows what'll happen? And until next time, see you, cuz.
America!